So you have done a number of award-winning Pixar films, from Incredibles 2 to
Mm.
Cars 3 Finding Dory, Monsters University, and Brave. So as art director for Soul, what was the most challenging thing for you?
Oh man. I mean, you know, I love that I still get to draw. I think the given that the thing that I thought that was very challenging was that I was rarely at my desk, and so that meant that you know, I'm in more meetings and I'm working with people face to face more, workshopping problems. So it's really about team building and building community between the art department and the sets department. So and that's really the fun part for me. But I think the challenging part of that is coming to terms with like I don't get to draw as much, but in the time that I do have available, I get to be a little bit more efficient with the work that I do, at my desk. Part of being an art director or even just a filmmaker at Pixar, it's really a team effort. We don't just isolate ourselves in our offices just doing the work that we do, but another huge part of the job is also interacting with others and making sure that everybody's at their best selves to create their best work.
Mhm. What's your relationship to jazz and music? I know you like to scratch on the turntables. Do you listen
Yeah.
or play music when you work?
Oh, I have to play music every time I work. It's, music is something that's just been, something that I've loved ever since I was a young person. And, on my own, um, you know, whether it be at work or my personal work, I always have music on. It gets me into the zone right away. It gets me, into the groove and the flow of things so that, I'm enjoying what I do. And music, as far as jazz goes, I mean, I'm a fan of jazz. I love jazz. I love all the music that has evolved from jazz. On my own time, I've been a DJ since, I don't know, since my days in high school. And so music has definitely been a huge part of my life. Collected records. My taste in music is very eclectic. So, so as far as me relating to the subject matter of music and the film, I definitely relate to it on a personal level. And I'm glad to be a part of this project that celebrates that.
Mhm. Did you get to meet some of the voice actors in the movie? Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, Felicia Rudd, or Angela Bassett, or David Diggs?
Oh, I've had the pleasure to meet David Diggs, during the production process, just around campus, and also got to meet Questlove just for a little bit. Yeah, they come around, and we definitely have them be involved in our filmmaking process, and during that, I'm able to have share conversations and the space with them to make sure that we're including them in the filmmaking process because their input definitely enriches our storytelling.
Mhm. So you and writer and co-director Kemp Powers were involved in the Adobe Max conference, talking about what you contributed to Soul and also talking about what gets you to the zone. So tell me what gets you to the zone and how is it working on this movie project with Pete Doctor and Kemp Powers?
Yeah, the one thing that really gets me into the zone is one, like if I can really like connect my own self, my own life experience into the work that I do, because that's where I'm able to extract a lot of real human experiences and inject that into the movie and into the story that we're telling. So when it comes to Soul, I've mentioned before, I definitely relate to the music subject matter and the themes of that. And also just being an artist, I'm very observant. So when it comes to particular doing the set design into the sets for Soul, especially the human world, for example. Living in the San Francisco Bay Area, having had trips to New York City, I'm really sensitive to what makes a place unique, and so paying attention to details and things, that's also part of my job and making sure that we infuse those those details, capturing that feeling into our set design. So that gets me into a mode, a zone to where my instincts kind of take over because of that lived experience. So yeah.
And you also gave a tutorial for in Tagalog to Filipinos who are interested in doing animation. So can you talk about that and why is it important for you to reach out to our kababayans?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question, Janet?
You also gave a tutorial in Tagalog to Filipinos who were interested in doing animation. Can
Mm.
you talk about this and why is it important for you to reach out to our kababayans?
Um, you know, that drawing in Tagalog, I mean, one thing that, I mean, that's very important to me because I definitely want to, you know, reach out to the, the next generation of artists in the Philippines and around the world to, you know, let them know that, you know, that they can see somebody that looks like them in this business, that career path is possible. Because I definitely felt that way when I was younger, that you know, that was needed. And so now that I'm here, I definitely want to, you know, give back in that way and make sure that everybody out there who is interested in this career path, that it is attainable as long as you're disciplined and you put in the time and work. And so this tutorial, you know, it's just a step towards that. And also just reminding everybody, you know, this is fun. This is a process. It's not about having talent and you know, being born with it. It's really about putting the work in and having the patience and perseverance to, you know, to get better at what you do. So this is only a step towards that.
Mhm. And were there other Pixnoys, as you call the Filipinos in Pixar, who were also
Yeah,
involved in this movie?
yeah. You know, one Pixnoy veteran who I've had the pleasure of working with numerous times, especially on Soul, Nelson Bohol.
Oh, yes.
He's one of our key set designers, and I've had the great honor of working with him, partnering with him, and he was largely responsible for helping, you know, design a lot of the sets, and especially in the human world, into the film. So
Hmm.
shout out to Nelson.
Oh, okay. And you know, we have all these Pixnoys who are getting to be co-directors or directors like Ronnie Del Carmen or Bobby Rubio or
Yeah.
Josie Natividad. So is your path going towards that direction as well?
I think for now I I mean I'm more on the production design track. I really love designing and creating worlds. So you know, I've been a, you know, primarily a set designer throughout my entire career at Pixar, and taking this next step as art director is definitely, you know, I'm still on that path. So as of right now, I'm not looking into directing, but if, you know, for some reason, you know, down the line there's a story, you know, that I would love to tell, I would definitely keep that, you know, that path, that option open. So, you know, never say never.
What would be the first story you would do if you became a director?
I don't know. I would, something about my childhood, you know, growing up in the Philippines. You know, I moved here to the Bay Area when I was 7, and there's definitely a lot of little moments that I thought was really special when I was, you know, living as a kid, you know, in Manila. So I don't know, maybe there's something there. Who knows?
And when was the last time you went to the Philippines?
Oh man, it was last time I believe was 2014, I believe. I'm not sure. It was you know, I went there to help promote Finding Dory, and that was the last time I had the pleasure of being there back home. So hopefully that changes soon. You know, I definitely miss it over there.
I also like the newest ad of Disney on the Christmas motif, like having a Filipina girl say "Merry Christmas" to her Lola, missing it. So, do you see more of these kinds, like our stories being told by Disney and Pixar?
I certainly hope so. I mean, the fact that they took the time to do that is really a great sign that you know, not just Filipino stories, but all sorts of stories from around the world can be told through, you know, animation or whatever medium storytellers choose to do. So I'm really happy that that's out there. I hope it inspires other storytellers, especially Filipinos, to look into their experiences. How can they share that to the world? Because I think just it's just better for everybody, I think.
And what do you miss most in the Philippines?
Uh, I like to keep it simple. I miss the weather. I miss the food, the family, and I don't know. For some weird reason, the I don't know, the humidity. There's something about that. It's like a hug that doesn't let go. So I definitely miss those things.
Thank you very much, Paul. It's nice of you to grant this interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Janet. Good to
I
see you.
hope to see you soon in person, hopefully one of these days.
Yes, yes, likewise.